Hey guys, Dave and Len here. We just played One Small Step from Academy Games. Let me read you the back of the box. Command the United States or Soviet Union's space agency in this engine-building worker placement Euro game. This is a true Euro game. Place workers to gather resources, draft cards, and launch humanity's first unmanned and manned missions, ultimately achieving the first manned moon landing. Coordinate your actions with your engineer and administrator workers in head-to-head or team versus team play for 2 to 4 players. And we just played it 2 players. I've also played it several times solo. It says it's for ages 12 up. Well, if you're 12-year-olds used to playing Euros, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. It says 60 to 90 minutes of play. That's accurate. We just played, and I think it took like an hour and 25 minutes, and he had never played before, and I was teaching him how to play, and we still got it done in about an hour and 25. First time I played the game, it took 2.5 hours to play because I was looking online and stuff, checking out some rules. There's a learning curve to this game, and it's pretty steep. If you've played Euros before, you can get the game down within about 3 plays. If you've never played a Euro before, you're going to have to play it more than that just to get everything to click, because there's a lot of symbolism, like most Euro games, and that's one of the most difficult things about learning a Euro game usually is learning the symbols. All the symbols are explained in the rule book, but they're not all explained in the same place, so there was a lot of flipping back and forth for me to do the first couple times playing it before I got the symbols down. But as far as gameplay, it's very fun, and it's a very fun worker placement game. And the moon track's kind of cool, so you're launching like missions, and some of the missions will take you further on the moon track, and as you go along the moon track you gain victory points and stuff, and when you get to the final space you get 7 victory points, and then the game ends. However, just because a game ends because you got to the moon first doesn't necessarily mean you win. If the other player has more victory points, then actually you'll lose the game. But all the games I played, the side that got to the moon first actually did end up winning. So Len, I know this is the first time you've played a Euro, and probably really since I taught you how to play Terraforming Mars. So Len's more of a war gamer. So tell us what you thought of it.
Okay, I was expecting one where you run your space program, you start developing, like, first of all, the boosters, and then you struggle to get a satellite into orbit, and then you have a few more till it's reliable, and then you have the first man in orbit, and then you have, like, you a few more, then 2-man, and then you go to the moon at a certain point. Or you may start at the very beginning to build a big booster, and it'll take you longer to get started, but once you do, you could probably skip a few steps and go to the moon first. So this one, it seems like things are randomly happening.
Was it too random? Because like the events, there's events that are labeled 1, 2, or 3, and the ones that are 1s happen earlier. So in that case, you do have kind of a sequential thing to it. But you're right. It is possible for you to have like a manned EVA before you've actually launched like a satellite into orbit and stuff, which is kind of unusual.
Or think of, I had John Glenn as one of my astronauts, because I picked it randomly. He had a Soviet astronaut, and they're going, is this like alternative history or something? These guys could become freelancers?
Well, it's kind of like naval war in that you share the cards regardless of what nationality are on the cards. So. But you do have some specific cards just for the Russians and just for the Americans. Those are the cards that will take you on the moon track. So those are specific to your nation.
Yeah. So.
Did you have fun though, or?
Near the end, when I started beginning to understand these things. This seems to be a pattern with Academy games. I had the one Guadalcanal game, first couple times I played it, it was screwy. But then the third time I played it, everything clicked and it became a fun and enjoyable. So I don't know how they managed that. Games that are hard to get started, but once you understand them, you'll enjoy playing them again and again.
Yeah, all the games I've played from Academy Games are good, including this one. But he's right; there is a learning curve to the ones that I've played.
Yeah. So.
But would you recommend this? You're doing this from a wargamer perspective. Would you recommend it?
I would with reservations. You have to see it as a fun game, not a war game, not a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And keeping that in mind, otherwise you'll be like me. Why do I have John Glenn? I'm Russian. Why do you have him? He's a Russian guy, you know? And a few other things that kind of screwy. But like I said, if you see it as a fun game, you'll enjoy it.
Yep. Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing it. Like I said, there was a learning curve. I think if you're a Euro player, you're going to really like this game. Not only are you going to like it, this is probably going to be one of your favorite games. If you're a wargamer or someone who doesn't play Euros, after you finally learn it, which may take 3-4 games or maybe a little bit more, but once it clicks, you're going to really like it. So, yeah, I recommend it, but you've got to be willing to invest the time to learn the game. That's all I got. What about you?
That's it.
Have a good evening.